Hey guys, welcome back as usual. Today I'm going to be talking about my OCs, lore, and etc. All about them. So let's jump right in, starting with Nat. Nat is 16 and has a girlfriend, Candy. Nat is rude, strict, and annoyed easily, but is the opposite around her girlfriend, Candy. She's friends with Raya, Biwa, Boop, Dash. But she dislikes, Bea, Chelsea. Now, let's dive into her lore. Nat was 6 when she was truly happy, and she was friends with all my OCs. Her best friend was Candy, and she got picked on by Michael. Grew up perfectly fine, but her friends were missing? I just did a whole lot of running right now, so if you hear me breathe a lot, that's probably why. But this is the end of her lore because we need to say the other ones before hers, or else I'd probably spoil it all. Next up is Candy. Candy is actually 15 years old, and she is such a sweetheart. Her girlfriend is Nat, as you heard before in Nat's lore. She really likes, as friends, she likes Bea, Raya, or Raya, you could say whatever. Chelsea, she also likes She also likes Boop, Dash, because that's her sister, and etc. Oh yeah, and she likes Michael too, not like that. Candy's basic personality is always happy, super nice. As I said before, a huge sweetheart. And she loves her girlfriend more than the whole wide world. And she loves to bake, by the way. Fun fact. Now, enough about her. Let's go into her lore. Candy was 5 and in elementary school. She was in the 1st grade and she was basically younger than anybody. Her best friend was Nat, as in Nat's lore. And she was a really nice child. She loves sweets, she loved candies. Her favorite color was rainbow, and she loved cute things. But her obsession over candy might have been the downfall of her. Candy was walking alone at night, and it was really dark outside, but school just ended, so it could have been that bad, right? But her obsession over candy, rainbows, and all the sweets got to the best of her. She was walking until she saw candy on the floor. As her little 5-year-old brain, she was like, "Candy, I want to get it." So then she took the candy. Right as she bent down to take the candy, she got grabbed. Little Candy got kidnapped. You might think just a normal kidnapping like every OC lore, but this is more of a FNAF type of thing. She got taken into this very dark dungeon-looking place. It was abandoned, and it was a basement, kind of, and she woke up to find herself in front of a man. The man was super tall, 6'2" maybe, the least amount of weight, probably 250. When little Candy thought this was the worst, she looked down, and in his hand was a red axe. As you can kind of see where this was coming, little Candy did not make it that night. But, just like how I said before, this is more of a FNAF type of lore. So, Candy got killed and basically discombobulated. Might be a little overkill, but hey, that's her lore, so I'm just the one saying it. Her little pieces of body, not like FNAF, but a lot like it. All her little body parts and limbs got put up on a stand, and he had robot parts, and he mixed some of her human body parts with robot parts, and she was a half human, half robot, like how she is today. She was built into a teenage girl structure, and she is still the same to this day, but she can get changed every now and then since she is a robot. And so she's been fine ever since, but she grew up in that small little box type of thing. She could only move when she's told to. But that is enough for Candy. And now let's move on to one of my most favorite lore. Question mark, question mark, question mark, or her first name, Hennessy. Like the alcohol. Correction, alcohol. I'm gonna call her Hennessy because saying question mark, question mark, question mark is too much for me. So, question mark, question mark, question mark is the oldest out of all my OCs. She can change her age if she wants to, since, well, we'll get into that later. But she can turn into 21 or 17, anyone she wants. She is friends with Boop and Dash. She dislikes or tolerates Rhea, Bea, Nat, Candy, Michael, and Chelsea. If anyone who is watching this is a Has Been Hotel fan, well, Hennessy acts a lot like Alistair. She smiles 24/7 and she can't stop smiling. She talks like him too, but not with the radio thing. And she's just like the same dynamic with Charlie and Vaggie. Charlie in this case would be Candy, and Vaggie in this case would be Nat. She is the oldest from the group, so she likes to act mature. She is asexual, and she just kind of has little bits of feelings for Dash. Hashtag Candy sister. Oh, enough with her dynamics. Let's move on to her lore. So, kind of similar to Candy's, she was a normal kid, and she was walking home. And this is while Candy was also walking home. She was walking home on a normal night until she kind of fell. She kind of hit her head on the rock, and she was bleeding, like a lot. And she kind of fell asleep or fainted. And she, just like Candy, woke up in a really dark area, but like Candy could actually see where she was. But Hennessy couldn't. She felt something weird. It wasn't her normal clothes. It was like super tight. She felt around it and it was like leather. And her feet were strapped. And she was really confused of what is happening. And a couple hours later, she's staying awake, just thinking of stuff over and over again, just to pass the time. She was obviously scared. And until the lights flickered on, and she saw somebody. It looked like a scientist. Scientist had a huge, needle thing. I forgot the name. A syringe. And the syringe was filled with some random liquid in it. It was green and it was bubbling and it was hot, like boiling hot. And he was walking closer and closer to Hennessy. Hennessy was obviously getting really creeped out about this, and she obviously started asking questions like, who are you, where am I, just like normal people, and what are you holding? The scientist did not answer. He just kept getting closer and closer to Hennessy until he finally stabbed her in the stomach with the syringe and spilled the boiling hot liquid in her stomach. She was screaming in agony from the pain and horrid feeling of just boiling in her stomach. And she was crying, screaming, asking for help, but nobody could hear her. She then passed out. She woke up, but everything felt different. She felt super hot in the inside. Maybe because of the acid in her stomach, but whatever. She felt something coming out of her back. She felt her teeth being sharper, her mouth bleeding from getting pointed and poked by her own teeth. And the most noticeable feeling of them all was she was 50 times bigger than she was before. She was a demon. Well, demon human, but a demon. She felt way older, felt way bigger, so much difference, and she couldn't control herself. She broke free and murdered everybody, eating them with her huge, sharp, pointy teeth. She felt happy, but not really happy. She would never feel happy truly again, or will she? Anyways, that's all the 3 OCs I could fit inside this 11-minute video. Hopefully you guys all enjoyed. If I get enough likes and if I get enough comments asking for part 2, maybe I will do it. Here, check out some of my quote-unquote merch that I literally can't sell. Look at my stickers! Anyways, hope you guys all enjoyed. Thank you for watching my speed paint and my OC's lore. Have a great, fantastic day. Goodbye.